Tonight, is it hot in here, or is it just Earth's natural cycles? Then, we have a special guest tonight. He won't tell me who he is, but he says he has something important to say, so I'm guessing he's a Republican. Plus, people are actually rallying for a bill against this global warming our government says doesn't exist. Something smells fishy, and it's not George's Bush. This is the Colbert Report. Thank you. Nation, thank you. Nation, our country is facing an epidemic. This ongoing debate about who to blame for the rising temperatures across America is going to tear our country apart. Remember, a house divided cannot provide adequate shade. Some people are taking to the idea that we cause global warming. They say that carbon emissions from our vehicles and the burning of other fossil fuels is adding CO2 to the atmosphere. Well, I ask you, Miss I Take a Bike to shop for groceries instead of my H3 Hummer lady. I ask you, we create CO2. Plants breathe CO2. So by creating more CO2 in the atmosphere, aren't we just making it easier for plants to breathe? And when plants breathe, they create oxygen. Plenty. So by creating more CO2 in the atmosphere, aren't we just making it easier for plants to breathe? Therefore creating more oxygen, making it easier for me to breathe. It's a win-win situation. Then there are those who say that the recent rise in temperatures across the globe is due to a complete and natural course of life on Earth. So what if the past few years have been the hottest in recorded history? That just means that the next few are going to be the coldest. And that brings me to tonight's word. Global cycling. Now nation, our government has told us that global warming doesn't exist, and when has it ever been wrong? Things come and go in cycles all the time. It goes from winter to summer, night to day, Democrat to Republican. So what sense does it make to think that all this heating up won't eventually go in the opposite direction? All this hype because of one campaigning Democrat? I have a feeling this campaign will end like all his others. But in all honesty, what proof does Mr. Not President Gore provide? He repeatedly shows this chart showing the rising CO2 rates across America, but he forgets to look at the cycles from the past. So obviously it's going to repeat itself, which means pretty soon it'll be colder than ever. But in all honesty, nation, all this heating up isn't that bad. We need to stop being so pessimistic about global warming and look at all the positive things it has brought us. I mean, seriously, if this continues, winter will only be 24 hours long, and nobody likes winter. Think about it. With all the sun we're going to get, we're all going to have awesome tans, everyone will have beachfront property, and 2 words, folks, water world. And what are the real dangers of global warming? Melting ice caps? Great, no more party ice. Stronger hurricanes? I just saw on the Discovery Channel we're learning how to control hurricanes. However, scientists say that the most predominant danger inherent in global warming is in fact the rising sea levels. In fact, if global warming continues, scientists predict that half of New Jersey will be underwater. But don't fret, nation, for we have ways to counter the rise in the ocean's level. We will just build levees around the coastline. Huh? I know. Now, seriously though, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Global warming is just a myth. 135 nations signed the Global Warming Treaty. We didn't. Why? Well, if 135 nations jumped off a bridge, would all of us? Exactly. Now, seriously though, global warming is just a fad, like parachute pants were. If our government tells us the evidence is inconclusive, and that this might just be cyclic, who are we to judge? And that's the word. We'll be right back.